They're all literally saying the same damn thing. Don't believe me? Check it out.
Stephen A. Smith is trying to take over the Democratic Party. He looks like a man who wants to run for president. I don't know. Allegedly, he's been hinting on it. He's been on The View. He's done the rounds on a lot of the right-wing side. I want to see him on the left side now, but the left is irrelevant, so maybe he might not stop by Anna Kasparian or the Young Turks or any one of the people on the left. But let's get into the Stephen A. Smith show, and he's going off on Democrats.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
That ain't true. That's what you just heard. Since day one of Donald Trump's presidency, prices are not down, they're up. Inflation is getting worse, not better. The prices of grocery, gas, housing,
Get him, boy. Get him.
Now you see why Stephen A. Smith was in the polls as a presidential candidate?
Finish him.
See what I'm talking about? You see that idiocy right there? You talk about something, people being tone deaf. Why the hell would 22 Democratic senators be literally echoing the same thing and think that would resonate with the American people? All it shows is that the same fabric of our democracy is unchanging in the eyes of some of these officials, and as a result, the constituency they represent, which is why Donald Trump is in office.
That's a bar.
What, do I have to come up to Capitol Hill and give you lessons? Seriously, you don't get it? All you did, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Chuck Schumer. Let's all get together. Let's put this in a prompter, and all together, albeit in separate rooms, we'll grab a microphone and say the same damn thing. And that's what's going to resonate with the American people. And then you wonder why you're no longer in power. You wonder why Trump is in the White House. You wonder why a vice president like J.D. Vance has the authority to spew in the direction of the president of another nation. Don't you get what I've been telling you? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put it right. Follow me to the camera. Follow me. Let me give it to you. I'm going to use the saying from my old buddy, God rest his soul, Joe Madison, the Black Eagle. I'm going to put it where the goats can get it. Please forgive me because I'm going to cuss here. Only for the purposes of accentuating a point about Donald Trump. Chuck Schumer and the typical politicians, inflation is high. Look at them pointing the fingers at the migrants. Look at them blaming immigration. They don't care about you. By the way, they don't care about you. Well, why would you bother people from the LGBTQ community? Why would you bother folks with transgender and all this? Why would you do that? That is what the Democrats say. That's what most politicians would say. Here's Trump. They're pieces of shit. They don't give a shit about you. It's rigged. They've hoodwinked you all the time. They think you're a freaking joke. They give you the middle finger anytime they want to. Here's Trump. Fuck them. They ain't worth shit. And do you know what his followers say? Yeah, that's how we want you talking to those politicians.
Well, I'll jump in a little bit. No, it's not about that. I mean, maybe it was at first a little bit about that, but now that's old hat. That's why everybody's doing that stuff. It's not even, I mean, Trump still does it, but it doesn't have the same effect. Right now, let me help you before I continue on with Stephen A. Smith crashing out on the Democrats. 2024 is a little bit different than 2016 for Trump. 2024, they went with a wider tent. They got more reach, more people, more mainstream. Rappers, all kinds of people were on board with Trump. In 2016, it was not that case. Floyd Mayweather is on board. As long as you're good with the tiny hats, you're good with Trump at this point. Almost anybody can be on. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat for real or not or anything. The problem here is that Stephen A. Smith, he understands a little bit about what's happening, but he needs to go on with, There was a controversy. I'm going to get back to him in a sec. There was a controversy where he liked a post from somebody named Nick. And I don't know if he has the heart to go on. It doesn't have to be Nick. A lot of people don't go on Nick. But you need to go on with somebody that's a little bit more deeper in it. Patrick Bet David is probably the most deep he would go on. He might have been on there already. I don't remember. But somebody more deep so he can get a better understanding. 2016 was the rebellious. 2024 was the wider tent. They're two different ones.
Who's been stealing our money all of these years? It's not what he says. It's how he says it. He does it with vitriol and venom to show a disrespect to politicians who the public have no respect for because they feel.
See, he doesn't fully get it. And I don't blame him. He's just he's in the fringe of this stuff, and he doesn't claim to know everything, but he's close, but he doesn't fully get it. 2016 was an authentic following of Trump because he was really different. 2020 happened, and then 2024 was almost revenge for 2020. It wasn't as much about what Trump even said, really. Trump did all kinds of, he brought Mike Pompeo on the stage. He's doing all kinds of crazy stuff, using AI to scan people's social media, and they're cheering it. They would not have cheered that in 2016. So it's important to understand the difference between the two if you want to beat the successor to Donald Trump.
They've been hoodwinked by those same politicians. He's using it to separate himself from the cesspool that is Capitol Hill. And how does Capitol Hill respond? By showing them they're still Capitol Hill.
Yep, that's true. Horrific.
Did you see me on The View Tuesday afternoon?
Yes, I did. It was a great episode.
Did you see when they said, we don't believe there's a
I would do more View reacts, but I watched it, but they do copyright. I don't even mess with them anymore.
Trump mandate? I said, oh, really? Did you see the former press secretary for the White House come on? I think Stephen A. is wrong. I don't believe what he said is correct. Donald Trump has the lowest approval ratings in the first month or so, or the 2 months of a presidency in American history. Oh, really? But didn't he win all the swing states? Mm-hmm. Didn't his popularity elevate within 89% of the counties in the United States of America?
Yep.
Didn't his popularity elevate within the black community, the Hispanic community, and the young voters?
And Kamala did not flip. Not one county in this country flipped from red to blue. That's a domination.
Didn't he win the popular vote for the first time in 20 years as a Republican nominee? Didn't he also win the Electoral College vote?
Yeah.
Isn't he in control of the White House?
Yeah.
Don't the Republicans have the House and the Senate?
Yeah.
All of that happened, but there's no Trump mandate.
Yeah. And just to be clear, I'm not a 2024. I'm a 2016 Trump supporter. 2024 is a whole different thing. I am not out. I'm completely out. You might still call me right or whatever. I don't care what you call me, but I am not supporting this nonsense from Donald Trump.
You see the bullshit? Is it bullshit, or is it just that the Democrats are so damn lost?
Yep, that's what it is.
That they're actually going to convince themselves they can do the same old and still regain power, both in the midterms and in the 2028 election. I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen, because Trump has the power now, and he's manipulating the proceedings. And in case you didn't notice, one of his top boys, Elon Musk, Doge, owns X. Mm-hmm. Who else was at the inauguration? Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg. Wasn't he there? Yeah.
The man running TikTok.
I think so.
And Lord knows who else.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got folks like Candace Owens, who's a Trump supporter, along with various others.
I don't know if she still is, to be honest with you. She was just on with Theo Vaughn, and she didn't sound like a Trump supporter to me. I'm not.
With their microphones, their cameras, and their audience. If you think the liberals are overcoming that,
no.
You go ahead and watch Schumer and those 21 other senators talk their drivel. J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio or somebody would be the next president in 2028.
Marco Rubio.
You'll have nobody but yourselves to blame. As if it is edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show.
Stephen A. Smith crashing out on the Democrats. I love it, man. It's like they're eating their own kind, man. It's so good. But what he kind of tacitly admitted there was he almost has to become MAGA. That's the takeaway. Patrick Bet-David is kind of trying to recruit him over to MAGA. How do you run? How do you run as a Democrat in that party? Because you have to go at the Democrats. They don't allow you to do that. They don't allow that at all. So you're going to have to figure it out. But I'm going to be here laughing at y'all until y'all do figure it out.
The next clip is ready below. Welcome to After Show Carnage.